Alright guys, today we're going to get on working on this front end here, and we're going to take off these bars and take these legs off and rebuild this front end. So we're going to pay close attention to what's going on here, because it's going to look entirely different when we get through. Like I said, we're going to change these bars, put stock bars back on it, and we'll change the controls. And change the headlight trim, change the legs and the brakes that's on it, and the front wheel. So it's going to have an entirely different look when we get done, but that's what we're going to work on. And pretty much all that we're going to use off of this front end is the fork tubes and the triple trees, and that's it. We upgrading and changing up a few things, so we're gonna get at it and we'll show you more. Alright, we got this front end stripped down this far, got the bars off, the handlebars off, headlight off. Now we got to we took the axle nut off, got to get these two nuts out and the wheel will come off. Alright, we got the wheel off. Now, to get the front end off, the tubes out. You got these pinch bolts right here. Take them off and take these caps out. Alright, then you got this little clips right here on this nut there that locks it in, so you got to get these little clips out, unlocked from the nut, so it'll loosen up. Alright, I got the stem nut off. Now while I still got it, the forks up in the tree, so I have something to hold it. I broke this this Allen key that holds the slider in. I broke it loose. That was the only way you could really do it without some kind of fixture to hold it. So we did that. We'll break both of these loose, and then we'll take the top triple tree off, and we can work these tubes out of the bottom triple tree. Alright, so we got one fork out. We'll get this other fork out, and then we'll get the cowbells off. I'm going to replace these because I think they're bent. I think that's what scarred up them legs right here. But I got a new set, or a good set. So we'll get this one out and show you more. Alright, so we got the whole front end tore down, and there's the forks. The legs, two fork assemblies, leg assemblies, whatever. And we'll clean these tubes up, and we're just going to use the tubes. All the guts and the lowers and everything's coming off a late model bike. So that's what we got right now. Pretty much a frame and a motor and transmission. Ain't much to it. That's what we got right now. But we'll get back on it here. We'll get these legs set up on a bench, and I'll show you how to take them apart, and we'll go from there. Alright, so first thing you got to do is take this loose right here. Now you got to remember, there's a spring up under here, so it's under a lot of pressure. So as you're screwing this down, you need to hold your hand on the end of this and push the tension off the spring. So it's going to pop out as soon as you get loose. We'll show you. Once you get that cap out, here's your spring hanging out the end of the fork here. Okay, so I'm going to pull that out. And pull that spring out, and it's got fork oil all over it, and that oil looks nasty. And then I'm gonna take and pour your fork oil out. Well, I don't know what they had in there, but that's some nasty funk right there. You drain your fork out good. And you want to pull the screw out the end, the bottom end of the fork. Just like that. There's a washer in there too that seals the bottom that's laying in the bottom of the fork. Right. So once you do that, then you can pull the tube right out of the lower. And there's a slider and all in the bottom of this tube, but I'm not flipping it upside down right now. I'm going to shake that out later. Alright. So you got your spring, your tube, your plunger, whatever, and a rebound spring. And there's one more piece left down in there that hooks over the bottom here. It didn't come out. It's in the bottom of the lower. Hang on. Alright, just one more piece in the bottom. I can't get it out right now. But I'm really not worried about it because I'm using different parts. I'm not using this lower. And probably not using this plunger and all. Like I said, I use the stuff off of late model parts. So you got your cap. And this goes inside the fork. Screws in the bottom with this screw. You got your spring. Goes in the fork. The tube goes in, and then the cap seals it up. And this is your fork seal right here. And so I see that piece in the bottom, but I guess all that nasty oil's got it hung up in there. Like I said, I ain't worried about it. These lowers are crusty anyway, so it's all beat up. But that's what you got. So you got one lower disassembled. I don't know if I'm going to disassemble the other one right now. While we were videoing, the Harley shop called me and they've got my front axle spacers in, so I need to run down there and pick them up. Anyhow, that's what we got so far on the front end, and we'll clean these forks up and rebuild our legs here in a little bit.